Hi agents, in this video I'm going to take you through my defense build. I've done 4 build video guides so far for Nomad, Banshee, I'm forgetting, Sentry and Reclaimer, and they're all on my channel. I've got a link to the playlist in the description if you want to check any of those 4 builds out. But this is my 5th of 14. I'm going to be doing all the builds and they're going to be dropping more over the next few weeks. Going to try and get these all out there. So today's defense, and my defense I run a 6-piece classified. Before we go into anything, we're just going to talk through what defense does for anyone that might not know. So when you get the set bonus 2, so for 2 pieces of it, you're going to get plus 15% protection from elites, and for the 3 set bonus you're going to get plus 10% ballistic shield damage resilience, and then the set bonus 4 gives you the talent frontline, which allows using an SMG if 1 is equipped when the ballistic shield is deployed. Only master rank shield mod is active, and ballistic shield health is increased by 57% for every 3000 stamina. And then when we move on to the set bonus 5, you get a further 15% protection from elites, 5% ballistic shield damage resilience, and then the 6-piece classified will give you the talent improved frontline. So when ballistic shield is deployed, melee damage is increased by 2000%, and all over healing the player receives is applied to the ballistic shield as healing. After reaching a damage threshold from receiving physical or exotic damage, the ballistic shield grants a buff to the player and all group members within 15 meters for 6 seconds. The duration of the buff is increased by 2 seconds for every 3000 stamina the player has, so that can be a maximum of 12 seconds there. Physical damage, your armor is increased by 30%, and exotic damage, your weapon damage is increased by 30%. For anybody that's struggling with that, it's quite a bit to take in there. To put it simply, your melee with the shield does damage. It's quite handy, very fun to do. So overhealing, so if anyone was to hit you with like an overdose, or someone was to put down a box and destroy it, any healing you get from that will also go to your shield. So I'll put up on screen now, there's a quick screen there, you can see me with my shield, and if you notice, I'll circle it now, that white bar, that's your shield's health. Now as you take damage, that's going to be going down, so if you were to destroy a box or someone was to hit an overheal near you, then yeah, that will increase the health of your shield. Another thing we'll get onto my talents later on in the video, but combat medic is very important here as well. If you're using combat medic, or a teammate is, and you use a med kit, it will also heal the shield. We'll talk about that in a bit, but that's worth mentioning now too. So back to the build. When at 9000 stamina, ballistic shield health is increased by 200%. I didn't go over as well the physical and the exotic damage. Physical damage is anything from the guns, NPC guns, anything like that. Exotic damage is grenades or any special equipment they use, like the turrets, things like that. I take advantage mainly of the armor increase, to be fair. I never really noticed the weapon damage increase. I'm sure it happens now and then, but yeah, the armor increase of 30%, that is ridiculous. Like, I've been playing with someone with defense and I've gone over 1 million toughness when I've had that buff. It's very good and I use it a lot, certainly in Stolen Signal. When you're doing the pyrotechnics, I make sure I get that buff before I hold square, and I'm practically invincible if the like the turret thing shoots me. It's brilliant. So yeah, that's the build, guys. That's what it does. So if you have a look at mine, reading through that, it's obvious you're going to want 9000 stamina. I've got my stamina to 9097. I've got nothing on electronics at all. It's 2953, but you will notice my skill power is a little bit higher. We'll talk about it in a second. And my firearms are throwing everything else in. It's 3491. My primary weapon is obviously an SMG, and I run with the house, and my secondary is an MDR. Reason being, I only really use this build in a Stolen Signal. There's sometimes I just want to get into cover, switch to my MDR and pick a few people off. So that's why I use that. It's preference, personal choice. That doesn't really matter so much. You're not gonna kill this build by having whatever weapons you want there. Obviously you're gonna want the SMG as a primary though, as you can use that with your shield. The talents, you want to go for, I've gone for predatory on both, so I've got my house and my MDR with predatory on. I got meticulous with my MDR, which is good, I guess, because I can use it, because with my house I've got responsive, which I can't use. I'd probably want to change responsive for something like self-preserved, some more healing. It's not vital to the build though. I'm quite happy with where it's at. Hopefully I get a house with predatory audio on it at some point so I could have predatory and self-preserved. But yeah, urban MDR the same. I probably want predatory self-preserved, but at least meticulous pops, and I'm happy with that. The mods, I'll quickly go through the mods on the guns. This is quite obvious that you want as much crit hit chance and damage as you want with the house. So I've got a pro red dot sight there, critical hit damage, headshot damage, stability. I've got an extended magazine, critical hit chance, rate of fire on it. I've got a small grip for critical hit damage, got a bit of reload speed and accuracy on it, and a loud vent break, critical hit damage, headshot damage, and critical hit chance. Now the loud vent break is also important because the threat it gives you a threat increase, and while you're running the shield you want to run a loud vent break, you want extra threat, you want to take the threat away from your team, so that's highly recommended there, the loud vent break. The MDR, so I've got the VX1 scope for headshot damage, it's also got crit hit chance and damage on it. I've got an extended mag on it with crit hit chance and rate of fire. I've got a small laser pointer giving me some accuracy. I've got optimal range and reload speed, and the flash hider, more accuracy, headshot damage and optimal range. Okay, and then going to my pistol, not that it matters at all, but I do the same with all my pistols. If you've watched the build video before, you'll notice that my pistols are low score 197. It's an officer's M9A1. I never use a pistol really until I started doing this method. It's mainly for PvP, but I just decided to do it with every build. And the reason for the low score pistol is the talents. It enables me to proc predatory and cold-headed. I know I've not got cold-headed on this yet, but I will do. I'll take expert out and put a cold-headed on. And basically in PvP, why it works is because when I take down an enemy, I can quickly switch to the pistol, melee them, and it'll proc predatory. And if I want to get a super back after I've used it, I can use cold-headed by going round headshotting NPCs. That's the reason I'm a pistol like that. It does lower your gear score. You'll notice I'm 272, but it does not alter your build at all. You're still doing hitting as hard as you should be or whatever. The gear score is only low because of this pistol. But yeah, that's that. Do as you wish with your pistol. That doesn't really matter, guys. So I've taught you through the build, I've taught you through the weapons I'm using and the mods. We'll have a quick look at the character stats now. Get that to change back over to the primary. There we go. So crit hit chance there's 25%. I'm hitting 94 crit hit damage with my house. Headshot damage at 61%, doesn't really matter that. Keep scrolling down. We've got damage to elites at 39%, and I've got enemy armor damage at 19.5%. They're quite key on this build. You want to get them as high as you can, mainly because it is a PvE build. I don't use this in PvP at all. I have tailored it for PvE. I know people do use it in PvP though, so if you are one of those people that wanted to use a defense build in that, this might not be the video for you. It is tailored entirely for PvE. Skill power there 121,000, no skill haste, and that's about it. Eye protection from elites there 30%. That's obviously what you get with having the gear set. And that's it, guys. So let's go into the build and let's show you each piece and how I have it rolled to get those stats. The main thing really when you're rolling these to focus on, I think, is some enemy armor damage, damage to elites, and you want to get your skill power to 120,000 minimum. It doesn't say anywhere on the builds, like I've already spoke through this, but if you can get your skill power up to 120,000, it does increase your shield health. I think it's a bug. I don't think it's meant to be like that, because as I said earlier in the video, at 1.8, I don't know if I said it now or not, but it never used to be stamina. So as you can see there, the 3,000 stamina, for every 3,000 it's increased. It used to be electronics that used to increase the shield health, not stamina. They changed it. So why putting your skill power up to 120,000 increases the health, I don't know, but it does. So you want to roll that on it as well. So this chest piece I've got here, I've got it rolled to stamina, I've got health on it, I've got enemy armor damage, and I've got ammo capacity on it. That's a god roll chest for me. The two mods I'm running on that is a stamina mod with skill power and a stamina mod with skill power. That's how I'm getting that skill power up a bit there. The mask, I've got it rolled to stamina, I have enemy armor damage and damage to elites on it, and the mod I have on my mask is a purple firearms mod with 4% damage to elites. And then my knee pads, I have stamina rolled. It's got some skill power on it, damage to elite, burn resistance and shock resistance. I'm very happy with where that is at. And I've got a purple mod again with firearms and damage to elites on it at 4%. And I've also got a performance mod which is ballistic shield health plus 7.5%. And then my backpack is rolled to stamina. I have skill power on it and ammo capacity. And I also have a purple firearms mod with damage to elites 4%, and then the performance mod ballistic shield health in both slots at 7.5%. Moving on to the gloves, they are rolled to stamina. I have enemy armor damage, critical hit damage and SMG damage rolled on them. And my holster, obviously all free, and I have reload speed at 19.5% increase on that too. And the piece I have there is a ballistic shield health again plus 7%. And that is the build, guys. That's how I get all of those stats that I've shown you, and it's kind of how you want to roll it. I believe that's going to get you, you're going to be hitting very hard, I think, for a defense build with all that extra enemy armor damage and damage to elites on it. I think it's brilliant. I'm very happy with this build. There's nothing I'd actually change about it. There will be a few build videos that I put up where I say I'd change this or change that. The only thing I'd change on this is the guns to get both talents active, as we've already discussed. I wouldn't have Meticulous on the MDR. I'd have Self-Preserved and Predatory on both. But other than that, it's perfect, guys, and I hope that's helped some of you. Obviously, then your abilities you want to have a look at. Now, you're going to want the ballistic shield on because that's the whole point of the build, and you'll notice my health there is 2.497 million. Now, without getting your skill power up to 120,000, I believe that's 1.4 million. Something around that, maybe 1.7, but yeah, getting that skill power up to 120 will get you up to that figure I've got there, which is 2.4, providing you're also running it with 4 performance mods, the ballistic shield health mods at 7.5%. Yes, high health there. That goes down really slow, and I've also got combat medic on the talents, so if I do need to heal it, a medkit's gonna heal it as well as all the other overheal that I get. The shield is next to indestructible, apart from Bobcat when he hits his blue and stolen signal. That shield should not get destroyed. I also run it with the immune station. You never know when you would need a bit of immunity, so I run it a lot, but also I use it as an extra medkit. As I've already discussed, you drop your box and destroy it, gives you overheal. It's not just going to overheal you, it's going to heal your shield as well. So for me it's a must, but I change that out a lot depending on what I'm doing, depending on the mission. I might switch to a turret, I might switch to pulse or whatnot, but I keep it on that as default. And same with this, recovery, tactical or survivor link, depending on the mission, is what I run there. And the talents here, combat medic, I've mentioned a couple of times now. You're really going to want this on with this build. It gives you that extra heal on your shield when you need it. Yeah, if you play in a team like I do, you're going to be able to share your med kit with them and heal your teammates. I think that's a must on any build, and I highly recommend you run that. I also run with critical save. That's not so important at all, but I do like having that extra damage resistance once I'm at low health, so I run with that. Shock and awe, this is good because if you suppress a hostile, it increases your movement speed. Now when you got the ballistic shield out, you do move slower, so, and as you're using an SMG, you will be suppressing hostiles, so I feel that's a very good talent on the defense build. Gives you a bit of increased movement speed for 10 seconds, and you do suppress a lot, so you'll notice that if you do use it. If you're not going to use that, it's not that vital. Like combat medic, I'd say is the one that you're going to definitely want. The rest is preference. And my final one I use on the move. I use this on a lot of my builds. Defense, definitely try and always keep moving when you're killing, because as you get that kill while you're moving, you're getting that 15% reduction in damage for 10 seconds. So like if you can kill an enemy within 10 seconds, so you've kind of always got that 15% damage reduction in battle as long as you keep on moving. I think that's a fantastic talent to have. If I was going to put these 4 in order of importance, it'd be combat medic on the move, shock and awe, and critical save. But they're the 4 I run with, guys, and they're the skills I run with. If you like this video, then please hit like. I aim for 10 likes a video and I'd really appreciate it. You can check out my content on my channel. I've got loads of Division content on there. There's actually, as I said before, a link in the description which will take you to the playlist of all my build videos that I've done, and all my future ones will go there too. But please also hit subscribe and turn on notifications if you've liked this and want to watch more, as you'll be notified when my videos do go live. But that is it. Thank you for watching, guys. If you want to follow me on social media as well, the links are in the description. But until next time, thanks for watching. I hope this has helped, and peace out.